Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm so excited to be sharing with you my first bread recipe. It's none other than some focaccia. Focaccia is an Italian herb bread with lots of olive oil. It's dated back to like centuries ago. It's very easy to make. It's a rustic bread. It doesn't require a lot of preparation, just a bit of waiting time until the bread actually rises. It's slightly golden brown and crispy from the outside and really soft and spongy from the inside. You can have a look at the texture of the focaccia. I had a big tray of it, but my family loves it so much that they finish it, and I only have a bit left to show you today. I made it with some olives and jalapenos, as well as a lot of rosemary, but there are a number of options that you can use to top your focaccia. You can top the focaccia with a lot of different ingredients. Some of my favorite things with confit garlic, with olive oil, olives, jalapenos, cherry tomatoes, with some rosemary or thyme. They're great. They work really great with cheese as well. So these are some of my favorite combinations. There are a lot more combinations that you can probably use and experiment. In terms of the texture, you can see there's a lot of holes in the focaccia, which makes it very light and airy. I'm just going to show you one. So it's golden brown from the outside, and then you can just easily break into one, and then you can see the number of holes. They taste incredible. The focaccia is great to be served with some creamy Italian pasta, with soup, on its own, dipped with some olive oil. You can also cut them too and make sandwiches. Another great thing is if you have leftover focaccia, you can just cut them into tiny squares and bake them to make croutons. They work great with salads. Please do watch the entire recipe video before making this, because I've shared a lot of tips and tricks on how to get the exact texture and flavor. I'm going to be sharing with you some bread making skills as well, so that you get this bread right in your first try. It's not a lot of effort. It's very easy. You just have to make sure you do it right. Do make sure to measure all the ingredients, as well as keep an eye on time, as that's the only way you're going to ace this bread. Click the link in the description box for a full list of ingredients you require to make this recipe. To start, combine some salt with some warm water in a mug. Stir until all the salt has dissolved. Now set this aside. In a large bowl, mix together some flour as well as yeast. Now using a whisk, mix everything well together. Once you're done mixing, create a well in the center of the bowl. Now add in the salted water alongside the oil. Using your hands, now mix all the ingredients together. Use your fingers to incorporate all the ingredients. After a couple of minutes, the mixture will come together in a form of a really wet dough, but don't you worry, this is what you exactly need. This step shouldn't take you more than 5 minutes. Once all your ingredients have been well combined and you have a really wet and sticky dough, that's when you know you can stop. Next, in a separate bowl, add in some oil, and then using a spoon or spatula, transfer your dough into the other bowl. Now using your hands, make sure the dough is fully coated in oil. Using one hand, grab a quarter of the dough from the top, then lift it up and fold it over and onto itself without tearing it. Press down to secure the dough in place. Repeat this a couple of times. Once you're done, cover the bowl tightly with some cling film or damp towel and leave it to rest in a warm spot for at least an hour. Meanwhile, get your gloves on and cut your jalapenos into really thin slices. I prefer removing the seeds from the jalapenos to make this recipe more kid-friendly as well. Once you're done with all the jalapenos, you can set it aside. Next, you want to grease your baking tray with a spoonful of oil. Once you're done, you want to sprinkle some sea salt over it. Next, you want to open up your dough, which probably would have doubled up by now. Now lift the dough using both your hands and bring it back down to the bowl. Turn your bowl by 90 degrees and repeat this step over and over again. Repeat this step for about 4 to 5 times. Once you're done, transfer your dough into the tray and gently press the dough and stretch it out into each corner of the pan. If the dough sticks to your hand, wet your hand slightly to help you. If you're finding it difficult to stretch the dough, don't force it. Spread the dough as much as you can. Once you're done, cover the tray and leave your dough to rise. Once your dough has rested, now it's time to make the dimples. Dip your fingers in a small bowl of water and begin dimpling the focaccia dough. Work from one side of the pan and press down to the bottom of the pan. Don't use too much pressure either, and be careful not to rip the holes into the dough. Once you've done creating the dimples, now top your focaccia with some olive oil, some black olives. You want to cut these olives into half before using them. These sliced jalapenos. Some fresh rosemary that will elevate your focaccia and bring it to a whole new level. And lastly, some sea salt flakes. Now bake the focaccia in a preheated oven for about 15 to 20 minutes or until the top turns golden brown. Doesn't it look absolutely delicious? But we are not done yet. Now transfer your bread into a wire rack once you're done and let it cool for a couple of minutes. Once it's cooled down, now drizzle a tablespoon of olive oil over it. You can also top it with more rosemary. Is there such a thing as too much rosemary? Once you're done, you can cut your focaccia and serve it on its own with some olive oil or with some pasta on the side or some salad or however you decide. Hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you do give it a try. If you like this video, don't forget to like, share and subscribe. I look forward to sharing with you another exciting recipe very soon. See you then. Bye. It's so good.